Everybody's talking about the food prices here, receipts, scanning items at food supermarkets, showing you what they're paying for their food, how they can't afford to buy food. People crying online that they can't afford to eat anymore, and food prices out of control. Food. And what's happening with food prices? Everything, everywhere. You're seeing lineups like we did back in 2019, starting to resurface again. Everything's resurfacing at food banks. And everything is starting to amalgamate and going through a bottleneck, so to say, and everyone's freaking out about food all over social media. It's food here, food there. Look at what I paid. Food haul videos. Hey, look at this. Look what I paid for $80. Blah, 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 blah. Well, best thing about being on social media for many years is you can go back and check your track record. See what you've been talking about, how you've been talking about, where you've been seeing things going. And let's go back 10 years. Today is January 31st, 2025. Today we're going to go back 10 years on this channel and see what we were talking about. Food. All right, folks, 10 years ago. So there it is, January 15th, 2015. Retail apocalypse closures ahead as Canadian middle class is disappearing. Food is disappearing. Middle class is disappearing. Food is expensive. And then we went on to say, food prices out of control. At this rate, people can't afford to buy food by 2020, buying food on credit cards. So people were buying food on credit cards to get points. How much of those credit cards were they paying back, though? That's the question. And again, that was January 20th, 2015. And food going up so fast, middle class in trouble, wages not keeping up with inflation, oil dropping. So for the longest time, they've been blaming the price of oil going up, tying it to the cost of food, saying, well, food's expensive because the cost of production, transporting the food is more because oil goes up. And we believed that for years. Okay, oil's going up, food's got to go up, right? But now food, that time in 2015, you could look, oil was tanking, absolutely tanking, but the price of food kept going up. And I want to spotlight this one here. Food going up so fast, middle class in trouble. That was on January 26, 2015. Why? Here it is right here. There's the video right there. Food going up. And look at this one from 7 years ago. Food shortages on the horizon. Middle class, no money to buy food. Middle class disappearing, bypassing quality food. I wanted to talk about quality food in this video, but this was only 7 years ago. We got to go back to 10 years. Okay, food going up so fast. Middle class in trouble. Wages not keeping. Why? Why do I keep bringing this up? Because a few days ago on Bloomberg, food inflation in Canada outpaces wages. Yes, country has been hit by 4 major job actions in 4 months. Grocery prices surged 20% since 2021. Workers aim to catch up. So prices surged since 2021. Look at that. Look at the timing on that, right? And then now all headlines. Food prices skyrocketing. Food. Trump pledged to bring down food prices. Japan, all these countries, yeah. Food items would be most affected by tariffs. And then let's fast forward, okay, just to 3 years ago. Urgent. Middle class is now priced out of food, like we said. Food bank usage set to skyrocket 3 years ago. So we were warning you guys 10 years ago. That was in January 2015. Sorry, I gotta think here about the price of food and where it's headed. We told you where it was headed. We told you where it was going to go. And we told you that they were lying to you. It was a big lie. Now, everyone's going to ask me, okay, Mike, you told us, so what? Well, now everyone's telling you on social media. Everyone's a hero now telling you about this. But that's okay. And I forgive the people that bashed me in the comments, basically telling me where to go in these videos 10 years ago. That's okay. I forgive you for that. But anyways, how do we fix this problem? We need more mom and pops. If you go to downtown Chicago, downtown Toronto, downtown Vancouver, downtown New York, Florida, like downtown Miami, you'd have a mom and pop's grocery store pretty much on every single corner. Like every corner there'd be one. There'd be ones that would specialize in fruits. There'd be other ones that'd be just fish. There'd be some people watching this live in a city where they have that already. We don't. In the small town I live in, you got one grocery store, and they dictate the pricing, right? You go to some big cities, all you see is these gigantic grocery stores. We need that city urban mom and pops food to bring back, and that's the front of getting the food out. But on the back end of the food and the bureaucracy and the red tape, there needs to be less red tape, less bureaucracy, and less laws and less BS. This is going to save your life. We have to do this, and we have to follow this code. Let people be people. Let people do what they want. Let people choose what fruits and foods they want to buy. Like, I mean, if you can get it from a distributor, from a distribution company, that company at that level needs to go through the red tape to make sure they're distributing things that stores could carry. We need more stores like this size store. This store could be big enough just to have a small bakery in it, right? Something with bakery, bread, right? And then if the rent's cheap enough, you could, family could strive, pay their bills, move ahead. Private sector is dying. And in turn, private sector groceries, grocery stores, grocery warehousing, that's private sector, mom and pops owned, are being shut down. Just like the consolidation we talked about 8 years ago on the channel. The consolidation of all the butcher shops becoming one and more. They're consolidating all the cows, consolidating into 1, 2, 3, 4 big companies to buy meat from, where, the little ranch hands, type of side off the highway cows are now being, like, they're tagging everything, regulating everything. We need more free will on our food. You want to solve this food crisis? Here it is. We need more free will on our food if we want to survive, if we don't want to starve to death, right? Luckily, there's a bunch of farms around me. Luckily, I do know some people. Luckily, I could get by and get my eggs and certain things that I do need from farms, which I already buy already. So I'm not too hurt on that being in a rural town with 2 stoplights. But they need to free the food. Stop the federalizations, stop the red tape, stop all the bureaucracy and all the skimmers, government levels, skimming in between the levels of food. That's what we need. We need more interurban city food stores. That's the key. That's the way. Then this way there's competition, and there's more competition on every block, and everyone competes, and everybody is honest. Anyways, guys, that's a way back playback from 10 years ago. I wanted to show you guys, and now it's happening now as we go. Let me know if you like this way back playback. We could go back, see what's happening today, and see what we said about it exactly 10 years ago. Mike Martins here. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we can solve this food crisis. I think we will, because people, you don't want to mess with a starving man. That's all I have to say. Mike Martins here. I have spoken.